What if the United States of America, the military backbone of the West Alliance, suddenly walks away? Would Europe be left exposed?
I'll say it publicly, we're very disappointed with NATO because NATO has done absolutely nothing. And I've always said, 25 years ago, I was somebody that wasn't a politician, but I was always involved in politics and I understood politics. I said 25 years ago that NATO's a paper tiger, but more importantly, that we'll come to their rescue, but they will never come to ours. But I think a tremendous mistake was when NATO just wasn't there. They just weren't there. It's going to make a lot of money for the United States.
What if Donald Trump quits NATO? What if United States of America, the military backbone of the Western Alliance, suddenly walks away? Would Europe be left exposed? Would Russia feel emboldened? And can Trump even do it? Because make no mistake, viewers, this is not just a political debate in Washington. This is a question that could redefine the balance of power across the world. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is not just another diplomatic club. It is the most powerful military alliance in modern history. At the heart of NATO lies its most famous promise. Article 5. The rule is simple. An attack on one member is an attack on all members. But now, Donald Trump's repeated threats to reconsider America's role in NATO are sending shockwave throughout Europe and Washington alike. Viewers, I have a big question here. Can Trump pull America out of NATO? Legally, it is not that simple. In fact, under a bipartisan law passed by the US Congress in 2023, no president can unilaterally withdraw the United States of America from NATO. The law clearly says the president cannot suspend, terminate, denounce, or withdraw from NATO without either a two-thirds Senate vote or an act of Congress. And here is the political irony. One of the co-sponsors of that legislation was none other than Marco Rubio. Now, one of the most important prominent voices in Trump's foreign policy orbit. So on paper, to be honest, Donald Trump cannot simply wake up one morning and sign America out of NATO. But this is where the story gets more dramatic. Experts warn that even without formally quitting NATO, a president can hollow the alliance from within. That means withdrawing American troops from Europe. That also means pulling US officers out of NATO command structure. And that also means refusing to commit military power, including America's nuclear umbrella. And that changes everything. That changes everything we know. Former US Ambassador to NATO, Ivo Della, has warned that a president can legally make Article 5 look hollow by signaling that America may not actually come to Europe's defense when needed. Think about what that means. NATO's greatest weapon is not missiles. It's a belief. That belief that if Russia attacks Poland, Germany, or Baltic states, America will respond. The moment that belief weakens, deterrence begins to collapse immediately, and that could be devastating for Europe. The United States contributes roughly 60%, mark my words, 60% of NATO's defense spending, and remains by far its most powerful military force. Without America, to be honest, NATO becomes a very different alliance, a weaker one, a slower one, and perhaps I should say this, in the eyes of adversaries, a real vulnerable one. This is why security analysts say Moscow would be watching every word from Donald Trump very carefully. For years, NATO has acted as a shield preventing direct escalation between Russia and Europe. Remove America from that equation or even create doubt around its commitment, and the strategic calculation in Moscow could change overnight. But there is another explosive layer to all of this. If Donald Trump attempts to override Congress, this battle may move straight to the US Supreme Court. The Constitution is clear on how treaties are entered. It is far less clear on how they are exited. So, this is not merely about Trump and NATO. It is about whether the post-World War II security order, the very architecture that has defined Western defenses for decades, can now survive the political earthquake. Will the alliance survive if America's commitment becomes uncertain? Let me know what you think in the comment section, viewers, and I'll see you in the next one. I am Awesome, and you're watching The Global Observer.